Hello guys, and welcome here to the Jello Cup Series. This is race number 7 here today from the Michigan International Raceway. I'm Brian James here in the booth. This is our first race since the West Coast Swing, which of course saw a bizarre ending in Patrick Smith getting his first win of the season, I believe his 6th career win in total. And he did it on the pit lane. That's a way to win it, I guess. Sky Commons, of course, stayed out. He tried his best to chase down that pace car. He probably should have gone a little faster. I'm sure he lost a lot of sleep on that. But regardless, we are here today, and we're ready to go racing here at Michigan in our first race back on the East Coast. And Ricky Johnson will start us off from the pole here today. To his outside will be Scott Upton, who won the last 2-mile oval race at Auto Club. And he did it by just a fender. Keep that in mind. He won it by a fender over Dustin Davis in that number 5. So I imagine he is going to be the odds-on favorite today to claim another win on a 2-mile oval. Let's real quickly take a look at your knockout qualifying results. Of course, Frodemar Ott's making his 2nd straight race. You see in the picture Jordan Anderson as well made the race. Some guys who are unfortunate and won't be racing, of course, Francis Hawes. They're on a cold streak in that 51. Dan Hummel, Tyler Rattray, Keith Stevens, Joni Shane Davis, Max Anderson, and Brandon Harris all unfortunately will not be racing here today. They will have to wait for their shot on Wednesday night at Atlanta, and we'll see how that works out for them. So far we've had 6 different winners this season. Could we have a 7th different winner? Or will it be another first-time winner here today at Michigan? We're going to find out in a moment, but before we roll your intro, if you already watched the Lyft National race yesterday, you kind of know what this is going to be about, but I'm going to repeat it here for those who did not watch the Lyft National race yesterday. Keep in mind you saw the premiere time. It was 12:45 today, so a little earlier than we normally would like to premiere races. If you do want to see the rest of the schedule for the month, please go look at our Discord, our social media feeds, and our website, so that way you can find out when races will be premiering coming up in the month of October, and of course the 1st of November, because the 1st of November is going to be on a Sunday, so I figured why not just release that one too. Anyway, so, as you can see, if you are looking at it right now, I want to just draw attention to the start times. And if you have been following the Cup schedule, the NASCAR Cup schedule, the NASCAR Xfinity, or the NASCAR Truck schedules, you may notice that these races, the start times do not coincide with any of those races or when the broadcast starts. They may run close to the end of them, but we do not have them interfering with the start. Okay, I've done my best so that way you guys can watch that race. You don't have to worry about, for those who do watch the premieres, first off, hi, how are you? I'm only saying that since I'm probably not here for the premiere right now because I'm at work. But, I worked as much as I could around what the schedules were for the 3 top-tier NASCAR series. I am going to say that if any of these races should be postponed due to inclement weather, because other than the Charlotte Roval, we have a lot of oval races that can be postponed due to inclement weather. I am here to say today that unfortunately, if any of those races do get postponed due to weather and they premiere during they start their broadcast during our race premieres, unfortunately, I will not be moving any of those races. Okay, I just worked too hard to try to get those races not to interfere with the NASCAR Cup, Xfinity, and Truck schedule. I'm not going to go to the extra work of trying to reschedule them. As always, you can watch the race after the premiere. And if you are, hi as well to you guys. Just be sure not to skip or spoil, because, of course, there will be points penalties or possible suspensions attached with that. Okay, again, I'm not doing this to be a jerk. I'm just saying I'm trying to be a little bit flexible, and I tried my best to be flexible with the NASCAR Top Tier Series. So that way you guys can watch that, because I know I got a few complaints about when I had the Lyft National race at Daytona premiering. So, like I said, I've worked around that a little bit, but I've done my best here. I'm not going to be rescheduling any of the premieres. You can just simply watch after the premiere is released. And that's just all I got to say about that. Now, without further delay, let's take a look, or let's roll the intro, and then we'll be back with your starting lineup here on GCN in just a moment. You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lyft National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lyft National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday Night Heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now. Here we go. The starting lineup is going to be rolling on the left-hand side of your screen. And Ricky Johnson, of course, on the pole. He's probably off to his best start he's had in a few years here on the Jello Cup side. You may notice that in the last few years he's had to be a go-or-go homer and battle his way into the top 33 with not much success. We'll see how he adjusts today. Jason Miller is also starting 5th. He's trying to battle for that points lead with Dustin Davis. Keep in mind, Scott Upton won the race 2 weeks ago, but Dustin Davis got the points lead based on his performances so far. A lot of rookies battling for the points lead entering today, but none of them have really seen victory lane yet this season. I guess that's just a mark for consistency right here. We saw a little excitement in the Lyft race yesterday. Will we see it today? The green flag waves were underway at Michigan. I don't like the looks of this early on. It's 4 wide. Back there for third. And they're racing really tight. This could wreck the whole field if they're not careful. You see the 93 in the wall. Tyler Faden is the race leader, but we are keeping a very sharp eye on what's developing here right now. And there they go. Oh man, huge wreck. 78 Jordan Anderson. And a bunch of others dragged into this. The caution flag obviously out early on here. And Tyler Faden will lead us back to the caution. Let's go see, well, let's first wait and see if they have pit stops here. They didn't have any yesterday in the lift race. That was not my intention. My intention was to stop them from pitting every 4 to 5 laps. And that clearly didn't work out, but they should be making stops here today in the Cup race. So we will stay tuned real quick while we await those pit stops, if they happen. Tell you, I called that one. Can't run 4 wide here at Michigan. This track is not as wide as Auto Club was 2 weeks ago. So that was the big cause of that wreck. But of course we will still get a replay. And here they come for likely their only round of stops here today. Of course, the tough break, the pole sitter involved in that wreck, Ricky Johnson. We had just mentioned how hot of a start he has had this year. And that all gets erased after that wreck. And here we go. It's going to be fuel only for the 16. He's out and away. He hits the 93 and he's held up. Oh boy. Held up by the 93. A tough break for Tyler Faden, and he is headed way to the back because he just can't find a way around it. Oh man, not the day Tyler Faden wanted to have, and they just had to call tow truck, so you know for a fact they're going to lose at least a lap here. Now, not a good start for them. Let's go see what happened. I warned on the opening lap of how nervous I was. These guys were running 4 or 5 wide back there for third, and sure enough, I had every right to be concerned there. 78 gets pinched. Giorgio Stumu gets collected. You see the 14 Carter Joey, the 00 Diego Yepes. And then the 78 just slides right up into traffic. And this causes a log jam. See the 21 Mitchell Collins not really able to get around it very well. And neither are many of those guys on that outside lane. A tough break for Jordan Anderson, Ricky Johnson. And of course a very tough break for that 16 Tyler Faden on the pit lane. Let's take it back to the green. Getting ready for the restart here. See, the 10 is the only car out of the race. That's a tough break for Sky Condons. Man, the heartbreak just continues for that 10 team. It'll be Scott Upton, Nathan Faden, Dylan Young, David Paschal in 4th, Samet Ozkan 5th, Carter Joey 6th, Rusty Potts 7th, Austin Shaw in 8th. Yesterday's winner, Tim Randolph in 9th. 10th is Alexander Rowe. Scott Upton, a familiar face out in front. He already won a race on a 2-mile oval earlier this season. He's looking to double down on that. Green flag waves are back underway. And let's see where that 16 is at the moment. He's in 39th place, a lap down. That is a tough break. And I imagine he is very angry right now. I'd imagine he's not too mad at the 93. I mean, the 93 couldn't do anything. He's trying to get into his pit. You know, I would be more mad at my spotter right there and my crew chief for telling me to leave when he's coming in. I would have rather lost a few positions on the pit lane than lose a lap and every position just because of a miscommunication. Here goes David Paschal. He's looking for the lead. He won't get it this time. That outside lane prevails here as expected. But the 3 of Nathan Faden remains on the back bumper. And now he'll look to the inside, exiting turn 4. And I think he's found the key to that bottom lane. Boy, he waited a while, but he got it. Nathan Faden now the new race leader. Here comes the 2 of Dylan Young. Talk about guys who last season, of course, or last race rather, we mentioned how this is Chevy and Ford's backyard. They want to get a win. This is also Team Penske's backyard in some cases. This is Roger Penske's backyard. Boy, would Dylan Young love to deliver a win for the captain at the home track. There are at least 2 races that these Penske guys want to deliver wins for the captain at. Michigan and of course at the Brickyard later this season. Those will be the 2 races they hope to deliver wins on because Penske Corp owns Indianapolis now. And of course, again, this is Penske's hometown, near Penske's hometown of Detroit, Michigan. And you see there Dylan Young, he's battling hard to try to keep on to that 3rd place position. But David Paschal has the advantage of that outside lane. Austin Shaw's back there behind them. He was yesterday's winner. And of course a new paint scheme for that 48. The United Airlines car. But you notice it's not the traditional blue. They are going pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we should expect a pink car on track for that 48 team throughout the month of October, assuming they make the races, because again, this team is a go-or-go-home team. But nice to see Austin Shaw highlight breast cancer awareness here on his Western New York Autosport Chevrolet. While we were highlighting that, we had a quick battle for the lead. Upton looked inside of Nathan Faden. He couldn't get it that time. And instead, Scott Upton might lose second to David Paschal. And he will. So David Paschal back up to second. Last weekend drove the Protect Your Melon Chevrolet. He's got the Melon Man brand on that 77 now. Of course, Melon Man brand. That is Ross Chastain's line of clothing. Of course, highlighting Florida watermelon sellers and growers. Boy, he'd love to be able to smash a melon in victory lane just like Ross Chastain. We'll see if David Paschal can do that here today. But of course, he's going to have to chase down that 3 of Nathan Faden. It'd be a big win for a small team, because keep in mind, this team does get some parts from Colleague for a few races. They get some parts from Chip Ganassi for a few races. This is one of those races they're getting some parts from Colleague Racing, which of course his kind of adopted teammate not doing very well right now. As the 3 of Nathan Faden, that 77 is closing. And it hasn't been a quick start for the 77, but they're sure making up for it here. Nathan Faden continues to lead. He's been in the shadows again of Eric Faden as they battle side by side for the lead. Keep in mind the spotlight's been on that number 8 most of the season, because Eric Faden had a chance at the 500, fell short. Had a few chances at the last few races that we've run, fell short. We thought today here he'd be a factor, but right now Nathan Faden rather is the big factor. Here comes the 43 to the pit lane, along with a few others, so we will have another cycle of stops. As here goes David Paschal into turn 1. He's clearly faster than that 3. He wants to finish the job before they come to the pit lane. And it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Then he'll go right up to the bumper, try to do the same thing he did to Scott Upton. And they'll pit this time. Here goes the 65 Xavier Rain. He'll stay out the extra lap, and he'll gain the race lead. The rookie has been the leader of this Western New York Auto Sport operation this season. And the caution's out. That is going to hurt all those guys that just pitted. I don't exactly know what happened. It looks like a spin off turn 3 and 4 is the cause of this one. But this is going to jumble up the field. We only got one car that needs to pit, so we're going to go just see what happened. Charles Sanford, he had just crawled back into the top 33 in this race. And he may be on his way back outside of that. Chase Miller battling for the points lead. He flips over, up and over in that 35. And up into the fence as well. A tough break for Chase Miller. His day is going to come to an end. And likely, so will Charles Sanford's day. Man, it's been a brutal start for that 03 team. We'll take you back to the green. Getting ready for the restart here. Boy, how the tables have turned. Where did he come from? Zach Fitzwater is now the race leader. But of course, he's going to have a lot of lap traffic in his way. I think this is a good lap traffic moment presented by Zach Fitzwater's triggeredness, or angriness rather. Coming up on the restart here, and of course Nathan Faden will restart in second, David Paschal third, Scott Upton fourth, Dylan Young fifth, Alexander Rowe is sixth, Austin Shaw seventh, Willow Ruby Crouch is in eighth, Carter Joey is in ninth, and Tim Randolph rounds out your top 10. And how long can that 4 hold off these leaders? Keep in mind, I don't know if he has the freshest tires. It was Mitchell Collins leading under the yellow, but he quickly lost it. Anyway, here we go. The green flag waves were back underway. You see the 4 go high. And probably a smart move. Keep in mind that high side is so much quicker. And Austin Shaw's going to go low. But everybody else followed that 4 up high. That move not really going to benefit that 48. And now the 77 is pinned behind the 93. The 4, the 3, and the 2 break away here. Oh man, teammates. Matt Dixon holding up his teammate. There may be some discussions after this as Zach Fitzwater continues to lead. Here comes that 14 of Carter Joey as they still battle side by side. Nathan Faden looking for the lead. Here comes the 2 of Dylan Young, and the 41 is just blocking both those Fords right now, trying to stay on the lead lap. 3 wide for the lead. And the 2 of Dylan Young may be in the best position right now. And in fact he is. Dylan Young to the race lead. Man, that 4 is gotta be frustrated with his teammate right now. I would not want to be in that team meeting next week for Stewart Haas Racing, or the team meeting before the next race Wednesday in Atlanta, because those will be some heated discussions. Here comes the 3. And Nathan Faden, he's been the fastest car all day. Let's see, right now Nathan Faden trying to help them through this lap traffic. Maybe they're just saying to themselves, if we can get through this, we can battle for the lead then. But we need to get through these guys so we can have clean air and move forward. And the 2 has cleared the 9 of Rusty Potts. But now the 3 is stuck on that bottom lane. And Fitzwater's closed on his teammate back there again, trying to stay in the top 5 and at least salvage a good run. The 3 and the 9 are still side by side, and they're holding up the guys behind them. Now you see the 3 will clear the 9, and now it's between these 2 for the race lead, and now the 77 is cleared. So the top 3 are clear of lap traffic. And you see there the 4 got around the 41. I'm sure he flipped him the bird there. Told him, you're number 1 for helping me win this. 5 laps to go. Here comes Nathan Faden. He's got to run. And they're side by side. Still side by side through the corner. And now Dylan Young will clear and hold on to the lead. Here comes the 77 of David Paschal. But he won't get the position. We come to 4 laps of racing to go. And it looked like that 48 was riding the wall. And he was. He lost a few spots there. And you see there now some separation between the front 2. Maybe Nathan Faden used up his stuff trying to catch that 2 and pass them. We come to 3 laps to go. The 4 is pulled away for 4th. But it's all Dylan Young right now. There shouldn't be any more pit stops, but of course we will pay attention to that. Here come the lapped cars to the pit lane, and we may have another cycle of stops coming. 2 laps to go. And where did the 24 come from? He started in last in this race, and now Nate Rattray is up to 4th. The 2 Australian drivers battling it out there, but Nathan Rattray comes out on top. Oh, the 3's gonna pit, I think. He's slow off the corner, he's gonna pit, so will the 4. He doesn't have enough to get to the finish. White flag is out, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Mitchell's Memes. And all Dylan Young has to do now is just run it to the finish. He hasn't had much luck in his Jello Cup career. He's made the playoffs. He was the regular season champ last year. No wins, though. And he hasn't won in a really long time. He's not known for winning much on this side of things. And I believe this is his 3rd career win coming up. Dylan Young will win it in Penske's backyard at Michigan. And way to make the captain happy, the veteran or the long-time tenured driver of Team Penske will get it done today. Congratulations to Dylan Young. And you see there are a lot of guys made the top 10 that you don't normally expect up there. How about Nate Rattray from last to 3rd? That is an excellent day for that Hendrick Motorsports team. And to my knowledge, only 1 Toyota in the top 10. That's going to make the Chevy and Ford guys real happy. Because keep in mind, this is a backyard race for the manufacturers as well. But the day belongs to the captain, Roger Penske, and his driver, Dylan Young. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you your results and standings. And upcoming on the schedule, we do have Atlanta on Wednesday. We have Martinsville on next Sunday. And then we have Richmond the following Wednesday. But we will see you for race number 8 at Atlanta on Wednesday night. Until then, goodbye everyone.